a little bit, so I thought I'd jump on and talk some Chance Shaw. Wait for you guys to come in. Let me see if we can get these comments up and visible. But yeah, interesting, interesting stuff in the world of arm wrestling right now. Fatal four way, Chance Shaw, all that sort of business. Tim Pipe, how are you, man? Good to see you. Yeah, guys. So, as a few of you guys are coming in now, Chance Shaw's probably asleep now. I don't know. It's probably that time in the US. It might be a little bit late. He might still be buzzing. G'day to everyone who's coming in. Someone says, "Hey Brian, saw your new video. Don't think you might be a little bit light for sure. Not too light for sure. Anyway, Joseph Thomas says, as I predicted, he ran through them. He's ready to level up. He did. I'm going to take my hat off to Chance. He did a fantastic job. Really did run through them. His match against Jordan Still, he's really got him worked out, which is kind of cool. Pretty impressive stuff, to be honest. Jordan Still's one of those guys with an amazingly strong hand. And he, up top out of straps, he looked like he had enough strength to make Chance dump. Chance out of straps wasn't interested in holding on, so he was just dumping and hitting through, which shows you that Chance respected and was kind of fearful of Jordan's hand. But once in the straps, with Chance not having to hold on, he could just use that back pressure, pronation, integrity. And because of that strap, Jordan's still unable to really do anything in respect to actually holding him on, and Chance Shaw just getting straight through, essentially. What else we got going on? Have a look at some of the comments. Ryan, will you wear a Chance type shirt in a match? Probably not. I'll leave the flamingos and bananas and pink shirts to Chance. Chris Matheson says, "Hi Ryan, was Chance less fat when you had a match with him?" Yeah, Chance weighed 255 pounds when I pulled him. He weighs 295 pounds now. When I pulled him, I was 210 pounds. Right now, I'm 230 pounds. So I've put on 20 pounds. He's put on, what was it? He's put on 40 pounds. So it's kind of similar. We've both gotten a bit heavier. I think it'd be crazy for me if I didn't. It'd be crazy for me not to think the Chance has gotten stronger. But that's okay. I know I've gotten a lot stronger too. So one thing that I wanted to talk about with Chance, I see the biggest thing at the moment is there's this big conversation about Chance and Jerry. And I wanted to say straight away, I am a huge fan of Chance and Jerry as a match. I think that Chance has done everything needed to deserve a genuine crack in that top tier guys, and I can see why he's chosen Jerry. He's practiced with Jerry before. He's felt the lanes of Jerry, albeit a practice. Practices still means something. You still feel data. You still feel the shape of someone. You still feel where their groove is. You still feel a lot. There's a lot of intel you can gather, and Chance has felt enough that he believes that he can do something. I think the worst way you can ever lose to someone is when they totally disengage you from your power. And what Chance feels against Jerry, I believe, is that Jerry's not going to disengage him from his power. Rather, Jerry will be willing to pull straight through, or push, in Jerry's case, straight through Chance's power. So for Chance, that means that even if he does lose the match, he gets to do it in his power zone. So to me, I can see why Chance would want Jerry when it comes to that. So honestly, beating Mike Aiello, beating Jordan Still, and beating Don Underwood the way the Chance did today, I really do genuinely believe the Chance deserves the crack in that top tier. He does. And it's just the fact of the matter is the old guard eventually gets caught by the new guard. To everyone that wants to go and say Jerry's just in another stratosphere, it's nice to be nostalgic and sentimental about the old guard never being able to be beaten, but it's just not the reality. The new guard will replace the old guard in time. And Chance is one of those guys that's leading the charge for the new guard. He's still young, 22, 23, whatever he is. I don't know, 24, something young. I think he's 24. But he's young. He's leading the charge And I think it'd be a good match. Honestly, Chance v Jerry. I hope it happens. I hope it does. Put some money on the line to make it worth the time for Jerry. Jerry wouldn't do this match for free. This is a match that requires some pretty significant coin behind it. If Jerry is going to accept it, it's got to be legitimate. So I don't think the WAL is going to be pumping it out anytime soon. So some money on the line between Chance and Jerry for me is a great match, and I'm keen to see it. Now, addressing the Chance v me thing, guys, there's no way I would concede on a match against Jerry. I'm not a chance. Sorry, on a match against Chance. Jerry's a different bag for me. But against Chance, the way I saw him pull on the Fatal Four, the same vulnerabilities that were always there were still there, and I still think I'd be able to expose those vulnerabilities. I would top roll him. I have a better wrist than him, and that's that right there negates everything that is his strength. No one today even challenged his wrist. No one tried to challenge his wrist. They all tried to run around it. They tried to post and get around it. Um, no one used an efficient attacking method like I would against Chance. And I'd pop his wrist, neutralize his big back pressure, neutralize his pronation. The same thing would happen again. And his wrist rise out of straps is worse than mine. You can see it fatiguing. Watch him against Jordan Sill, watch him against everyone. Starts dumping, and has to hide because his wrist gets tired. And it gets tired a lot earlier than mine does. So if I was to face Chance, that's how I'd do it. Um, I've definitely got a well-rounded enough game that I could do that. So Chance v Lachlan, I've seen a few people ask about that. Chance v Lachlan, let me tell you right now that Lachlan is in a different stratosphere of horsepower compared to Chance. Really, really, really different level. I think it'd be very easy for Lachlan, to be honest. And yeah, when will people asking when are you and Lachlan going to have a tournament? With certainty, I can say the next tournament that Lachlan will pull will be the Over the Top 2, $10,000 first prize, Over the Top 2, Gold Coast, Australia, November. Um, assuming that if we can't get outside of Australia before then, you will see him compete there, and all of the best in the Southern Hemisphere will be there. Ben Carroll, myself, Ryan Scott, Matteo Rangahitamaris, Brett Coots, they'll all be there. If borders open, Devon has said he's coming, Ryan Espy has said he's coming, John Brzezinski said he would come. So that's if borders open. So that'll be when Lachlan competes next. And to be honest, if we do get locked down and we can't get the international guests here to compete, then it'll be a case of just the Aussies and the Kiwis fighting for it. And by then, I'll tell you right now, by then, I think I can potentially crack Lachlan. It's coming every week. It's getting real close. Just having a look at some of the comments. Skeptical says, "Can you beat Barboza though, or can Lachlan have a go with him?" I've met Marcio. Marcio is of that. Marcio is like 105, 110 kilos. I think Marcio and Lachlan are at a similar power level. I think stylistically, it'll be an interesting match. I don't know. I'd love to see it. I'd honestly love to see Marcio and Lachlan. They're very similar style of human in terms of just they look like they're made of granite. I need a few more kilos before I'm at Marcio competition level. My goal is to just pull Zloty this year, but again, it's travel restrictions pending. I'd like to go and pull Zloty. I'll probably cut to I'm on 102.3 kilos right now. I will cut to 95 kilos should that be the case, and see if I can't fulfill Devon Larratt's prediction of me winning Zloty. What else we got? Cobra Vavoda says, "I'm talking about now, not back then. Ryan has no chance." Cobra Vavoda, do you realize how many people said I had no chance when I pulled him the first time? Do you realize how many people said it's going to be the easiest $500 chance would ever win when I pulled him last time? And yeah, do you remember what happened? And in terms of the version of me that was in February of 2020 compared to the version of me that is here right now, I would be very surprised if Chance has improved as much as I have right now. Have you seen when I beat Chance? I was balanced with Jordan Davis. Have you seen what I can do to Jordan Davis now? And Jordan Davis has progressed. Jordan Davis has gotten heavier. I can hold Jordan Davis in any position, outside of straps, in straps, doesn't matter. Stop his top roll, can hold, take his wrist, can do anything. So if you're looking for how much I've progressed, that's kind of an indicator. Um, when I beat Chance, I couldn't beat Ryan Scott. Since beating Chance, I've gone and beaten Ryan Scott, who was the previously ranked number one in Oceania. Um, when I beat Chance, I was not in the realm of having a match with Matteo Rangi at the Morris. He was too good. Now I'm due to face him. So, in terms of just getting a measure of how much I've improved, it's significant. No doubt Chance has improved significantly as well. And I think he's taken all the right steps to demonstrate that. And like I said earlier in the video, I think he deserves his match with Jerry now. But there's no way, not a chance in hell that Chance has left me in the dust. If I had to face him, I'd beat him. Josh Barker says, I don't think either will steamroll the other, but I still have Ryan as a favorite. Follow him, you'll see his gains. Yeah, I appreciate that, Josh Barker. Thanks, man. Jason Teal says, don't get too cocky. Remember Michael Todd and Devon. Jason Teal, here's the thing about me. I do not fear losses. I'm happy to take losses any day of the week. I've, in fact, had, I think it's 57 official losses in my Australian Arm Wrestling Federation career, let's call it. And here I am. I haven't stopped. I'm still kicking on. If someone's good enough to beat me, I'll take my hat off to them and say, well done. But what you'll never see me do is back down and say that I don't think I can beat someone, especially someone that I beat last time. And is part of my 11-0 super match streak that I'm on. So question is, someone says, can you beat Schoolboy? I would like to know the answer to that question. I believe I can beat Schoolboy. I believe Chance and Schoolboy are a similar kind of level. I think that, as you guys will be aware, I've got negotiations going on with Larry for King of the Table 2. All that's happening in the background. My negotiations is for a match with Schoolboy. I've tabled my offer to what I can contribute to that event to make it happen. I've been told sounds good. We'll work on that and see if we can get it to happen. So all that's to be confirmed. But yes, I would like to pull Schoolboy, and the weight of these guys does not worry me at all. Red Silver says, "What are your thoughts on the round robin format of the four-way? Do you think it benefited or was detriment?" I think the format was weird. I expected the winners to face winners. I was shocked when Mike didn't get to pull Chance straight up. It was odd. I do think that that was at a detriment to Mike because obviously after having beaten Don, I don't think Mike expected to be pulling Jordan, and Jordan's style was perfect for beating Mike. It appeared, and he did it quite convincingly. So by the time Mike then pulled Chance, he was pretty much just conceding. He was done. So the draw worked out well for Chance in that respect. So I don't know, but well done to Jordan on beating Mike as well. I don't know, but I don't think it would have changed the winner. Chance was going to win no matter what. Mike, when Mike pulled Chance the first time they faced, it appeared as though he was looking for a potential win, and he just didn't have the right style and execution to derail Chance. So I don't think it would have mattered, but it did look weird. I wasn't a fan of the format, to be honest. The one round swap, another round swap, and then winners taking on losers. It didn't make sense to me. I think they should have thought it out a little more. Ace Hardware says, give us a comparison. Who do you think would be a cutthroat fight for you out of Australia? If I had to pull in the WAL, I would like to pull. I had to pull in the WAL. There's a lot. I mean, there's no shortage of people that I'd love to pull. Some people like Storm Chelino. I'd love to pull people like Jordan Sill. Love to pull people like Rob Vidgen. I'd love to even go a little bit heavier and maybe come in at like 105 kilos and pull someone like Sylvain Perron. There's no shortage of people in the WAL that I'd like to pull. If I'm in the Zloty, sort of part of the world. Bodan Ivanenko, I'd love to pull. I'd love to pull any of the guys from that region of the world that are recognized, really. Um, what's the guy from Latvia who beat me? Zloty, who eliminated me. Forget his name. Been pulling for 25 years. You guys know the one. Him. Who would you say is on the same tier as Buff Elon? Uh, as Buff Elon, it's hard to know, man. In terms of Buff Elon's strength is truly in the very, very, very pointy end. His execution on the table, we need to see that. I'd like to see Lachlan pull this on like Krasimir Kostadinov or Marcio or Todd Hutchins. Those kind of names, I think Lachlan is at that. How's my preparation for New Zealand Beast? Man, my preparation couldn't be better. As you guys know, in a situation with a protocol there that I'm taking that has me at the strongest I've ever been by a friggin' country mile. And honestly, I feel sorry for Matairangi. I think I'm going to crush him. I think 5-1 at worst, 6-0 is on the cards. Are you still wanting to pull Justin Bishop, or have you moved on? I hope someday Justin and I do face. I'm a lot heavier than Justin right now, so it's silly for me to say I want to chase a match with him. I don't know what Justin's walking around at, maybe around 84, 85 kilos or something like that. As I said, I'm 102 right now, so I know Justin's never fearful of weight, but it would be silly for me to go hunting a match with Justin. Having said that, should our paths ever cross, it'll be incredibly satisfying. I don't know if it'll ever happen. I might pull a tournament where we happen to be in the same class or category. I don't know. But yeah, Justin, I love Justin. I got a lot of respect for him, but it's getting less likely that we face given our weight difference. Just having to read through some of your comments. I see Cobra Vivoda says he wants to see me be Jeff Hale. Jeff Hale's like freaking 75 kilos, dude. It's no disrespect to Jeff Hale. He's a top tier guy for his weight, but no, that's silly. That's silly. I've pulled people in that weight category from the USA. Alan Fisher's probably the guy I've gripped most from that weight category. I've gripped him in plenty of practice pulls, plenty of barbecue pulling at John's and all that sort of stuff. And he's someone of that kind of level of Jeff, maybe a little bit behind Jeff now that he's getting old, but I could hold Alan anywhere in any position. So I think the horsepower of size is just a little bit too much. Buff Elon v RVJ, who wins? It's a good match. I think that it would be it'd be very entertaining. It's one of those ones that could go back and forth. Me v Paul Lynn. There we go. There's a good suggestion. Mark J says Ryan v Paul Lynn. I would love that match. Paul Lynn, I love the dude. We all love the dude. He's probably the nicest dude in American arm wrestling, Paul Lynn. Stylistically, he's got some aces that I think are genuinely hard to deal with, but I love a challenge. So, yes, I would love to pull Paul Lynn. If I could, in fact, screw it. If I could ask for any super match for an American right now, I'd say Paul Lynn at 100 kilos. Let's do it. That'd be great. Coach Ray v Chance. Definitely spinning. Coach Ray's only like 84 kilos and he's an inside puller. He's got the wrong style and he's the wrong size to pull Chance. Coach Ray would get demolished by Chance. Southwest Arm Wrestler says, Ryan, you seem to be destroying everyone back in the day with your low hand top roll. Why and when did you move away from it? Southwest Arm Wrestler, I move away from it when my opponents technique is vulnerable to something other than it. Think about how I beat Chance Shaw. I beat Chance with a low hand top roll. I have every style available to me. I will hook people that don't want to be hooked. I will top roll people that don't want to be top rolled. I will press people who don't want to be pressed. I'll defend against people that are super snappy and fast. My low hand top roll is very much alive, I assure you. Mm, Cody Gilgore was asked. I remember Cody. How are you, brother? From Alabama. Last one. He says Dalton Duncan v. Adam Wilmot and Dalton Duncan v. Luke Kent. These are actual matches in the making, to my knowledge. Your thoughts? Dalton Duncan. Yeah, he put in a spectacular performance that time that I was there in Alabama, in the tournament. He's clearly got the makings of an elite arm wrestler. I don't know what his strength progression is like. If he's at that level where he's ready for Adam Wilmot and Luke Kent yet, who kind of been at the strength level for some time. Judging by his drive and his commitment that I see in social media, I wouldn't be surprised if Dalton Duncan is ready for that level and does well. Good arm wrestler, very talented. Sam Burnett v. Sarah Backman. Oh my goodness. No. Sam Burnett's way too strong. Silly question. Anyway, what time is it there? It is time for me to go. It is 1:10. I've got to get running, but guys, thank you. I thought I'd jump on just for a quick 20-minute blast here. Talk about Chance Shaw. As I'll wrap it up again, Chance Shaw, well done. I hope you get your match with Jerry. I'd like to see it. I think you're well deserving of it. Old guard v new guard is always my favorite type of arm wrestling matchup. So best of luck in getting yourself or booking yourself a match like that. Hope you do well. But don't forget, I still will kick your ass if you ever face me again. All right, guys. See ya.